Jai Sai Ram. Today we'll be doing chapter number 7 of Sri Sai Satcharitra, in which we'll be reading about Sri Sai Baba's reappearance in Shirdi along with marriage procession. We'll also be reading about how the word Sai came into being and how his name Sai was kept. Later we'll be reading about saint and the saints. And the last subtopic for today will be going to be Sai Baba's attire and his daily routine. So let's start with the first subtopic, which is Sri Sai Baba's reappearance in Shirdi along with marriage procession. Chand Patil was a very rich man who lived in Dhupgaon district, Aurangabad, Nizam state. When he was going to Aurangabad, on his way, his mare disappeared. For 2 months he labored to find the mare, but all went in vain. So while he was coming back, putting aside his saddle on the shoulders, he was coming back to Aurangabad. After walking for the distance of 14 miles, he saw a fakir sitting under a mango tree preparing a chilam. He had a cap on his head, a rope on his body, and a satka, which is a stick, by his side. Chand Patil came to the fakir after being called by him. Seeing the saddle, the fakir asked, "How is this saddle?" Now Chand Patil replied disappointedly, and he said, "What can I say? I had a mare, it had been lost, and this is her saddle." The fakir said, "Search her for towards the drain." Chand Patil went near the drain and he was astonished to see his mare there. He thought that fakir is extraordinary one. When he returned to the fakir along with his mare, by that time the pipe was ready. Chilam was ready. So, only 2 things were required now: the fire to light the pipe, and another thing was the water to wet the cloth. The fakir inserted his tongue into the ground, and when he drew it back, a burning coal came out of it. And as soon as the fakir hit his satka on the ground, instantly the water came out of it. The fakir drenched his cloth and put it around the pipe. In this way, making all arrangements, Baba smoked the pipe and offered the same to the Chand Patil as well. Now, seeing all these miracles by Sai Baba, Chand Patil was astonished, and so he requested Baba to come to his place along with him. The next day, the fakir went to Chand Patil's house and stayed there for some time. At the house of Chand Patil, the marriage of son of his brother-in-law was going to take place, and the marriage procession was where to go? Guess. The marriage procession had to go to Shirdi. Therefore, Chand Patil was fully preparing to go to Shirdi. The fakir also accompanied the procession. After unobstructed completion, the marriage procession returned to Dhupgaon safely. But Baba, the fakir, he remained there in Shirdi and spent his whole life after that in Shirdi itself. The second subtopic for today is welcome with the word Sai. Under the marriage procession, when it was reached in Shirdi, it was seated under a tree near the temple of Lord Khandoba, which was the field of Malsapati. All the bullock carts were untied near Lord Khandoba temple, and the people of marriage procession began to light one by one. Seeing the young fakir enlightening, Mahalsapati welcomed him with the word Sai. He called him Ao Sai. And other people present there also called him by the same name of Sai. After it, he became famous with the name Sai. Meeting of saint and saints. After coming in Shirdi, Sai Baba began to live in mosque. Before the coming of Baba to Shirdi, a saint called Devidas was living there for few years. Baba liked him very much. He lived with him, sometimes in Hanuman temple and sometimes in Chavdi. After some time, another saint, Janki Das, by name, also arrived in Shirdi. Now Baba used to spend most of his time in talking to Janki Das. Janki Das also used to come to Baba at times. A family owner, Vaishya saint of Puntabe called Sri Gangagir, often used to come to Baba. When for the first time he saw Baba carrying water to irrigate the garden, he was highly surprised. He began to speak in clear words that Shirdi is fortunate to have a jewel like Sai Baba, whom you are seeing laboring hard. He is not an ordinary man. Otherwise, this land is very fortunate and great sacred land for the reason it has got his Gyan. Similarly, a famous saint, Anandnath of Yevla Math, who was the disciple of Akalkot Maharaj, came to Shirdi along with some residents of Shirdi. He has the same view about Sai Baba. Now, we will be reading about Baba's attire and Baba's daily routine. In his youth, Sai Baba did not cut his hair, and he always lived as Mast and Malang, overjoyed Mohammedan recluse. Whenever he went to Rahata, he used to purchase, and he brought some plants of Genda, Jai and Juhi. After cleaning them, he used to plant them on some good land and water them personally. A devotee named Vaman Tatya used to give him daily 2 pots of mud. With these pots, Baba himself used to water the plants. He himself drew water from the well and in the evening placed the pots under a neem tree. As soon as he placed the pots under the neem tree, they used to break because they were prepared out of the raw mud. The next day, Tatya used to give him new pots. This program continued for almost 3 years, and after the tireless and hard work of Sai Baba, a beautiful garden of flowers was made there. Today, the elegant building of Contemplation Temple of Sai Baba is situated there, and where thousands of devotees bow down their heads and they come in hope of Baba's blessings. So, today we are done with chapter number 7 of Sai Charitra, in which it is beautifully described how Shirdi was blessed by Baba's presence, how the name of Sai Baba was kept by Mahalsapati, and how the sacred land of Shirdi has been blessed by Baba. So this was it for today. We'll be coming with another chapter tomorrow, and all the best. Pray well, be healthy. May Baba bless all of us. Keep praying, keep chanting Sai Sai. May everybody's diseases, problems, ups and downs be resolved by Baba's blessing. Jai Sai Ram.